So folks, despite all the rain, we're still in the gray carpet cloud mess. We saw some spraying yesterday evening over top of the cloudiness and stuff we already had. But I found this, it sounds like the environmental alpha people are trying to get out ahead of the news stories about how all this modification of our weather is taking place. They're trying to get out in front of it and create a story and a narrative on their own, and using that to try to explain what's going on to fit a narrative, I guess you might say. So let's just listen to it right quick.
Concerned Americans have urgent and important questions about geoengineering and contrails. The American public deserves an
How'd you like how they reclassified that all of a sudden to contrails? Let's continue on.
Expects honesty and transparency from their government when seeking answers. But for years, people who asked questions in good faith were dismissed, even vilified by the media and their own government. That era is over. The Trump EPA is committed to total transparency. As a result, I tasked my team at EPA to compile a list of everything we know about contrails and geoengineering for the purpose of releasing it to you now publicly.
And all this time, our government has been telling us we was all crazy. We were seeing things. We were all conspiracy theorists and everything else. So now it's going from contrails to chemtrails. So all of us who've been seeing all this spraying and identifying it, it's now coming out.
In other words, I want you to know everything I know about these topics, and without any exception. Instead of simply dismissing these questions and concerns as baseless conspiracies, we're meeting them head on. We did the legwork, looked at the science, consulted agency experts, and pulled in relevant outside information to put these online resources together.
So there you go, folks. They're getting ready to come clean on it. And maybe this mess will stop and we can do away with all this flooding. There's flooding in Rockford, Illinois right now. Flooding in central North Carolina. They're cleaning up in Wheeling, West Virginia, and Southwest Virginia, and London, Kentucky. They're still cleaning up from Hurricane Helene in western North Carolina. South Central or Central Texas has just got hammered with a massive flood. They're in process of trying to clean up and find people that are still missing. New Mexico's been flooded. Oklahoma's been flooded. It was only about 8 or 9, maybe 10 months ago that the southwest part of California was flooded. Had more rain in one day than they get in a year and a half. And it's caused extensive flooding out there and mudslides. So folks, don't think this modification is not enhancing or adding to the probabilities. They were arguing yesterday how much of a percentage that it increased when using this modification compared to regular rain, because they're trying to get out ahead of that story as well, saying that this probably did not contribute to the Texas floods. When in fact, they did admit a bare minimum of 7% increase in precipitation. However, the Chinese have said time and time again, it is easily able to create an additional 10 to 20% of rain when it's done at certain times. So whether it was 7% or 10 or 20%, we can about bet our bottom dollar that it did help increase the amount of water that fell in central Texas. The next argument that was made was that these particulates, being it was sprayed 2 days ahead of time prior to the storm in Texas that caused all the flooding, that the particulates in the atmosphere that are sprayed only stay in the air, according to those who are trying to get ahead of the narrative, only just a few hours, maybe only a few minutes. When in fact, I've read articles about how they can stay in the atmosphere for quite some time if they are sprayed at a higher altitude. We all know that they've had dust storms over in Europe, and those dust storms and things have came over to the United States and deposited dust and things like that. So the idea of spraying these particles in the air and them only staying a few minutes is just wishful thinking on their part. I think they're not trying to tell the truth on that. I think they're trying to demise themselves a scapegoat opportunity by stating that. And we all know that these minute nanoparticles, you may want to call them, are about the size of dust, and that stuff will stay in the air for quite some time. So folks, I just wanted to share with you that information that was gathered. I've got another video that I'm working on right now that's going to be interesting, and it's got to do with these companies that are going to be using tremendous amounts of power, tremendous amounts of water, going to be needing tremendous amounts of land to build this on. And it just happens to be in the corridors where all of the flooding has been taking place. Could this be that if you need something bad enough, you pay possibly to create opportunities to buy land and take stuff for little or no cost? We're going to be doing some research on this on a future video. And it brings to mind what's happened in Lahaina, what's happened in Los Angeles. They want that smart city and all built for the Olympics for 2028. So, just burn it down. Just burn it down and take it. So we're going to be doing looking at some stuff. And I just wanted you folks to make sure you like and subscribe. That way you'll be notified when this information comes out. And all this could or could not be tied together. But let's just examine what's coming. Thanks a lot and have a blessed day.